So, gonna switch things up. Gonna get more into a powerlifting mindset way of training. And that's after doing 6 months of bodybuilding focus type shit that was programmed for me from Superhuman Fathers. So I'm gonna take the knowledge that I gained from that and then the knowledge from my old powerlifting training and amalgamate them together. I'm not even sure if amalgamate is a word. But today's goal is gonna be a heavy squat. The goal with getting back into doing some good old-fashioned powerlifting is gonna be and I'm not gonna compete. I don't think I'm gonna compete again. But I want to be able to hit reliably a 405 squat any given Sunday. And that's the same with a 365 bench, which I think is gonna be the toughest, and a 455 deadlift. I'd be happy if those three were like easy peasy lemon squeezy, you know what I'm saying? But first thing on the docket today, max effort lower day, is gonna be a heavy ass squat.
All right, guys, so here is me squatting 315. This is warming up to that heavy weight. Now, when you're training for powerlifting, you're working a 3-week wave, and so this is week 1. The way I like to spend week 1 is on week 1 for my super heavy squat day, I'm gonna hit a false 3-rep max, and you'll see, I'm about to get it. There's me with 345. My false 3-rep max is gonna be 365 for today. And a false 3-rep max is when you hit it for 3 reps and you have actually maybe 4 in the tank, maybe 5. So here's 1. Bada bing, left 2, getting kind of hard. And the 3rd rep. I made it. And I'm definitely believing that I could have ground out 1 more. So that's what a false 3-rep max is. After that's done, I like to throw on some reverse bands. And the good thing about the reverse bands is the reverse bands get it so that way you still feel that weight at the top. As you can see, at the top, the bands aren't helping you at all. It builds up your central nervous system. And when you squat down, the bands are going to help you quite a bit to get out of the hole. But you're still going to feel all of that weight at the top of the lift, which builds up your central nervous system. That way it gets you accustomed to lifting the heavier weight for longer. And it feels a little bit less scary. Been a while since I've been in this like heavy weight moving game, but getting back at it. I did it for 1 set. Here you're gonna see the 2nd set. I think only 2 sets here in the video, but once you throw the reverse bands on, I like to crank out as many reps as I can for about 3 sets. And today I did 3 sets of 6. So next week, the goal is to do 3 sets of 7 or maybe even 3 sets of 8 with whatever the actual 3-rep max is. So just to cover it, this week my false 3-rep max was 365 pounds in the squat with a closed stance. And next week I'm gonna be aiming for 375 or maybe 385 with an actual 3-rep max. Ooh, what am I doing here? Well, it looks like I've got a close stance squat with a slow eccentric and an explosive concentric. And is that even a little bit of a pause at the bottom? What am I doing? Well, I'll tell you, the reason why I'm going slow on the eccentric is I'm really trying to work the muscle fibers, get that deep stretch going as deep as possible, and also taking out any sort of stretch reflex that I may have in the bottom by pausing. This is a style of squatting that I never really did before, but the goal of it is to get that hypertrophic effect. I want to build up the quads. I put in my training log that I was pussyfooting this time around, but this was a new style of squat, and so I was taking it light. This is going for 3 sets of 10. I wanted to hit it for I did 4 sets of 10, yeah. I wanted to hit it for 4 sets of 10 to 15. Like I said, I was pussyfooting. Having to hold my breath for that 3-second eccentric really takes the wind out of me, so I got to build up to that. I'm thinking the way that I'm going to improve next week is I'm actually going to have about 225, and I'm going to do it for 4 sets of 12. Ooh, good old-fashioned hamstring curls. These don't really take much explanation, but like with the slow squats that you saw just now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be explosive on the concentric and really control it all the way down on the eccentric portion of the lift. Again, stretching those muscle fibers, getting that full range of motion, That's what's going to help build the hypertrophic effect, and I really want to get those hams popping. Reps 1 through 5, I didn't really feel at all. Reps 5 through 10, holy shit. Man, they were burning. They were feeling nice and tight. I did this for, let me look at the log here. I did this for 4 sets of 10 to 15. Yes, sir. And I got these for 4 sets of 10 reps each time. So, again, next week, the idea is you're upping the ante from week to week. Gonna add a little bit of weight, maybe even a little bit more reps. Now this machine is new in Redwood Powerhouse. This is the Westside Barbell Hip Quad Developer. This week I actually drove down to the Bay Area and I picked it up from a man named Ted. Ted runs Diablo Barbell in Concord, California, which I didn't know is actually about a quarter mile from my mother-in-law's house. So when I found that out, I went, holy shit, I had to go down, got a training session in there, met Ted. Ted told me he had some equipment that he was trying to sell, and he wanted to know if I was interested in the hip quad developer, and I said, fuck yeah. The hip quad developer, I'm not gonna act like I know too much about it, so I'm gonna let you know what it actually does, because now that I've been on it, what it does is it actually destroys your hips and quads. So you can see this pendulum is actually assisting you on the way up, and it gets you to do this crazy movement, which gets you a really deep stretch in the quads, and it gives you a really bad burning sensation. I did this. I've got a total of 90 pounds on there that's helping assist my big booty get up and out of the hole. And after I do a set of 10, I drop that moment arm out of the way so that way I'm not getting any help, and then I bust out some sissy squats. So this was a superset. I didn't quite move the arm all the way out of the way. But this is a sissy set, or a superset, where I do a set of 10 with the full hip quad movement. And then I drop that arm, and then I bust out a set of 10 on the sissy squats. And my quads, good Lord. Felt like they were roasting Thanksgiving hams. And then afterwards, for the next 2 days, I felt like I was walking around with battery acid. Very painful, good stuff. I'll make a video on the hip quad developer to kind of explain actually the history behind it and how that works, because it's pretty interesting if you know anything about Louis Simon. All right, so yeah, I did this for another 4 sets. And you'll see as I finish up the workout here, that's the end of my max effort lower day. Bye, y'all.